What is up, guys? Sam from the Byeforever fam back with my fun video of the week. And generally, I would say I don't do a whole lot with not exactly what's meta at the moment, but when people come up with the new OP attack, I am not one to jump on the train immediately. I do like to see how things test out, how kind of bases evolve to it, and then if it continues to be OP after that, then I will generally get on the train. But I couldn't ignore the fact that there has been some awesome content coming out around this new Ghost Electro Drag, or the Electrone attack, and there are a lot of people in the Byeforever family using it. So wanted to go ahead and throw together a video, and we're going to be looking at content just like I did last week with the miners at Town Halls 10, 11, and 12. And we're going to talk about the differences in the raid and what the objectives are and how they change as we look at each different town hall level. So let's get ready to jump into this. All right, so let's jump into the first one, and let's take a quick pause and just have a quick discussion. So the first attack is going to be by Corina, going in on Carnage from Six Lists. And so let's look at the troop count first. Obviously, we've got the double clones in this one, some haste spells, rage, and a heal. And then obviously, so we got the rage, the clone for the E-drag portion, or the ghost drag portion, and then everything else is going to be on the Lalo. So what are the important keys at Town Hall 10? So obviously at Town Hall 10, you don't have a max clone spell, so you're not going to be cloning up the Electro Drag. You're going to be cloning up the loons in this. So as a Town Hall 10, or in general, actually, in most of these raids, your goal really with the Electro Drag is to get that enemy queen and then grab as much extra as you can. So at Town Hall 10, you're looking for compact bases. You're looking for easy ways to get massive loon drop damage. Since you're going to have that raged up, you're going to have the queen. And then potentially you're also, take care of the CC. In my opinion, it's also very important to get a sweeper in these raids. But let's go ahead and hit play on this one and see how Corina gets this one done. So here comes that battle blimp working its way in, and you can see it gets in, she goes ahead, she gets the gets everything down, and she can pre-drop your clone spells at Town Hall 10. The pre-drop works because obviously you're not going to be able to clone the Electro Drag, you're only going to be able to clone the loons. So you don't really have to worry about the timing behind it. And now so the Electro Drag has gone in, it's cleared out that entire portion of the base with the loons, and now it's time for phase 2. And phase 2, basically at every Town Hall level, is the Sui hero portion. And so in this case, Corina comes in and she wants to grab these air defenses down here at 6 o'clock. So if you can get those as part of your opener, that's great. But like I said, at Town Hall 10, since you're not going to be cloning E-drags, you're not going to get that extra effect of the chain lightning. It's honestly not going to be possible all the time. And then stage 3, here we go in with the Lalo. Now, obviously, Town Hall 10, you got no Grand Warden, so you got to be on point with the spells. I mean, spell placement at Town Hall 10 with the Electron is so important. But since you're also not generally going to be running 3 clones on this, you've got a little bit more room to work with. Now, you can see a lot of air skellies in this one. She did pop the enemy hound, so that is unfortunate. But look at this base. I mean, it is just absolutely getting demolished from this Lalo. Even though it's moving slowly through the base, it's not really going to be an issue. Plenty of pups, plenty of minions, and in fact, the king is still up since he decided to walk north where there were no defenses at because of the clearing of everything from that Electro Drag. Look at that, one hound still unpopped, and yeah, gets it done. So excellent work to Corina in that one, showing us kind of the keys at Town Hall 10, how to get this Electron or Ghost E-Drag hit done. I'm going to go with Ghost E-Drag because I'm going to support my man Crunch, who put out the first video on this. And let's get ready to jump into the next one. Alright, so here we are back with the next one, and it is Nam Tom in the War and Glory War up against Endless. And let's take a quick pause. Obviously, we can take a look at the comp first, and then we'll play the raid. But Namtom bringing in 4 hounds this time, 30 loons, 10 minions, 2 clones, level 1 clones in this one, not level 2. And then the rage for the electron portion, 3 haste, and a freeze in this one as well. So once again, the objectives at Town Hall 10, massive clone value on the loons. So what can the loons do? And then obviously getting the enemy queen, potentially getting the CC handled, and if you're lucky, grabbing 1 air sweeper. So let's see how it goes down. Let's see how phase 1 plays out, and then we will see what phase 2 ends up looking like in this one. So in fact, Namtom switching it up here. He's going with phase 2 sort of first, doing the Sui hero. And in his Sui hero, once again, making sure that he's going to grab the air defense. And so potentially in this one, this might have been a cleanup hit. I didn't actually look through all of that, but might know that this one is a Hound Loon CC, so doesn't need to worry about grabbing the CC with the heroes. But here we go in. The blimp is in, drops down the clones, getting as much value as he can out of those loons. Look at that Electro Drag. Under rage, rips the queen very, very quickly. And once again, 30 to 40% of the base absolutely wrecked. And now here we come in with the Lalo. And I mean, look at it. I mean, it's like an airport tarmac. I said that last week too. I can't really come up with another great analogy for it, but I mean, these loons can just really run through this. He had 4 hounds for this Lalo. Probably a little bit of overkill. Probably could have gone with a few extra loons here. But I mean, look at this, hasting the loons in. He is fighting the sweeper, but really, really not going to matter. Just absolutely comes in and smashes this base to hell with this. And already got the cleanup down. You can see cleaning up where the Electro Drag was in the beginning. Still has the freeze, still has 2 hounds, it looks like. Yeah, 2 hounds. 1 goes down to that Sam there, so that's a little unfortunate. But hasted in, freezes up the Inferno, freezes up the Wizard Tower, and that is going to do it. So another beautifully executed Town Hall 10 Ghost E-Drag hit from the Byeforever fam. And Namtom finishing this one up. So it is important to be quick with that cleanup. That is the one thing that I have noticed with this attack, that it can be a little bit slow with the cleanup. But let's get ready. Let's bump it up 1 notch and go up and look at some 11v11. Alright, so now we are back for the next one, and we are looking at 11v11 action out of Toxic Rabbits. And we've got that Electron cooked up again. Now look at the troop comp in this one. Once again, it is that massive Lalo, the 3-hound Lalo, the Battle Blimp, the Warden on air, and then 2 clones, 5 haste, and a rage in this one. So obviously the clones and the rage going to be for the opener, and then everything else going to be for the Lalo portion. So once again, the objectives really are not going to change here as far as what you are looking to try to get in the opener. You're trying to get as much value as you can out of this one, but you can see that now we are up to the max clone. Since max clone is available at Town Hall 11, your goal is now, instead of cloning the loons, to be to clone the Electro Drag. So this can be a little bit more challenging. You have to wait for the loons to get out of range, or wait for the loons to go down. Or if you're like myself and some of the people in Hello for Now, you just don't bring the loons at all. You just swag that space in your CC, and then you can continue to do the pre-drop on the clone spells. Then from there, obviously you're trying to get as much value. You want to get the queen, potentially a sweeper. The eagle is always nice to get on the opener in these as well. And then obviously phase 2 is going to be the heroes, and then phase 3 the big Lalo. So let's hit play. Let's see how Hazard gets on in this one. Obviously he's looking at the sweeper positions. They're both pointed up towards that 12 o'clock area, so that's actually not great placement. One of the things that I have seen that can really affect how effective this strategy is if you do point a sweeper where someone would try to Sui in to grab your queen, or an air defense, or not an air defense, the eagle and such. But so that one wasn't huge. It wasn't huge value, only 17% of the base there, but did get the queen, did get both sweepers in this one, as well as an Inferno Tower. So not massive value like the 30 or 40% that we've seen previously, but really does set up the pathing in this one for the Lalo. So that's the other thing you're trying to do. You're trying to set your pathing. So look at this. The heroes taking care of one air defense. So once again, that's all normal. Hound Loon CC once again. So that is unfortunate. But thankfully, look at this. The Inferno Tower gets on the Queen. And Hazard very smartly doesn't pop the Queen ability. Just lets her go down. And now we can start the Lalo. So 3 fingers in those loons, and then we've got, or 3 fingers in the hounds, mass Asian wall of loons, and getting those minions down early. I do like that because, like I said, this can be slow on the cleanup. But look at these loons all pushing through. Got these extra haste spells because he did not go with the 3 clone variation of the attack. And look at that Warden ability. Beautiful. Beautiful. Allows actually the lava pups to eat through a lot of what was in this base. And look at how quickly the base has gone down after this. Now, this is where things, again, they do start to slow down. Once you are out of the spells, obviously you're waiting for the loons and you're kind of just hoping that they can overwhelm everything else that is left in the base. But look at that Warden being so helpful. He took out a Tesla. He took out an Archer Tower, and then he gets Sammed on the outside. But that many loons up, the Wizard Tower, the Inferno, not going to be enough to stop it. And Hazard shows us how to get it done at Town Hall 11. So at Town Hall 11, once again, you're trying to clone the Electro Drags, not the balloons. You're trying to get the same objectives, get the Queen, handle the CC if necessary, handle sweepers if necessary, and if you're really lucky with your chain damage, you can grab that Eagle Artillery. And then phase 2, the heroes, and move on. Alright guys, so now we are stepping it up to the 12v12 action, and first off we are looking at Big Belly Ben in the Hello for Now AWL War, so another great set of bases. But let's talk about how this Ghost Drag hit works at Town Hall 12. What are your objectives? So the objectives honestly are still pretty similar. You're trying to go in, you're trying to get as much value as you can with those cloned up E-Drags, just like at Town Hall 11. But it's really important to look at what you can get here. So first off, let's look at the base in general. Now the layout is fine, but one thing that you can notice are these 2 sweepers that are pointed off in the wrong directions. They do not protect the enemy queen there. So very easy to get nice blimp value into the very core of the base. And then we've got all of this compact defenses. Very, very nice. Even the Eagle is in here. Sets it up beautifully for the chain lightning effect. Now, stage 2 or phase 2 of these E-Drag attacks is generally a SUI for an air defense with the heroes. Now, there are some outside air defenses. Obviously, we can get the one over here at 12. We can get the one down here at 8. We can get this one over here. But at Town Hall 12, it is important to consider the Town Hall. If you can take the Town Hall out with your heroes, even with just like a small wall break or something, trading out 2 loons for 5 wall breakers, really, really huge value to get that Town Hall taken care of. So this Town Hall, obviously on the outside, it's very easy just to SUI the heroes for that and take care of that. So your SUI portion, a lot of times, will be focused on getting the Town Hall instead of just getting an air defense. And then obviously you're going to get your Lalo set up. Everyone who's running this should be able to Lalo well, since obviously you're not going to have a whole lot of spells. Looking at the spell composition in this one, we've got the 3 clones, so you're going for 4 E-Drags in the very core. You can obviously run it with 3 E-Drags in the core, dropping one of those clones, and picking up freezes or extra haste, depending on what you like in the attack. But let's watch Ben go in on this 12 and make sure that the keys are all the same things that we just talked about. So there we go in. We got some Scout Loons going in. We got a Scout Loon there for the blimp. Extremely important at Town Hall 12. One of those Sams hits your blimp outside. You're not going to get the E-Drags where you want. You can see there's the Rage. Waits for the Loons to go down. And then there we go in with the E-Drags. Now they're going to rip through the Queen really quickly. Massive chain damage in this one. Look at this. I mean, with no sweeper, like I said, it becomes much, much easier. So that's just bad base designing, honestly. King goes down. Unfortunately, I would have popped the King ability immediately to get the Barbarians going, just to save the King a little bit longer. But Queen is now on the Town Hall, pops her ability just in time, and here we go. Look at this Lalo. It's already started. The Eagle, or not the Eagle, the the town hall is down. So even though you didn't get an air defense in this one, getting the air defenses isn't as critical as getting the Giga Tesla, in my opinion, because you have the warden ability. I mean, you can obviously warden over the town hall, but with only 1 to 2 haste spells, it can be a little difficult to get the warden into the proper place. So look at this. Even though he's going to have no hounds left for 2 air defenses, he's got the warden, pops it right there. And look at this. I mean, absolute destruction. Pups were already down, doing a lot of the cleanup. Minions were down early as well. And just a massive, massive swarm of loons left up in this one. So excellent job to Ben there. Looking at the keys in this one, seeing how it varies a little bit. Now, obviously, you can clone the loons if you really want to. It is up to each individual attacker. That is just what I see a lot of currently for what people are doing. But let's look at one more. It's going to come out of the Byeforever War. So give me a sec. Let me jump over to that, and we'll have that last one for you guys. All right, guys. So we are back with the very last attack in this video, and it is Brad Piff going up against Blake. I'm not sure, for More Glory. Once again, though, here we go. So going in with the Ghost E-Drag hit, all maxed out army, all maxed out spells. But look at this one. Brad going in with the 2 clone variations. So he's only going for 3 E-Drags. It's really up to the value that you can get in the base. If it's really compact, I would recommend the 4 E-Drags. If it's not and it's kind of spread out, I would go for the 2 E-Drags and bring the extra spell for something that you need. But Brad coming in, he's got the Rage, he's got the 2 haste, and he's got the poison for the CC, and then a heal for his Lalo portion. But let's jump into it. Let's see what he does, making sure that he is following everything that we have already talked about so far. So you can see he's going to go in and he's going to do step 2, or yeah, I guess step 2 first. And this is what I'm talking about right here. Some people like to go in and grab that town hall with the heroes. So he's got the king down. Look at that. The hound and the baby decide to go chase the king. So that he got a little bit lucky there. And the queen, I don't know what she was doing there. She rerouted like 3 times, but she is, I think, going to just get this town hall taken care of. Actually, no, she's not. She did not get onto it in time, so she's going to end up going down because of the CC. But yeah, so that's a little unfortunate, but he could have grabbed the town hall. I would have very much so recommended that. And then once again, you can see Brad, he decides to go in. He does not bring any loons in his CC, so he was able to pre-drop those clones. He got the queen taken care of, and already starting in with the Lalo. Now he set up the pathing really well with this. Straight into the eagle. Look at that warden just flying in very, very nicely, dropping some loons on the outside. Wants to make sure that everyone is going to stay right together. And now he's got to encounter this Giga Tesla. And this is what I'm talking about, why these spells can be very helpful. Look at that warden. Straight through, pops the ability, gets all of the loons. And then as he has to encounter this multi-inferno, he's got no spells for it. So multi-inferno in a wizard tower can be very problematic. And these 3 Teslas down here. But he had the heal spell down. Loons are going to be just fine in this one. And that should be the end of this raid. So beautiful stuff to Brad. In this one, he's got the minions working on that mortar, thankfully. So the loons don't have to path over there. But excellent stuff. Following the same keys, it doesn't matter the order. Well, the order of operations is dependent on the base, dependent on the CC, but Brad gets it done in that one. So excellent work to him. And that's going to finish us off, guys, for this little guide that I was working on. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it was a little bit helpful to look at this, kind of broken down at different town hall levels, what the keys are, even though they don't really change much from town hall to town hall. But at least seeing the types of bases, seeing when is important to break in for the town hall, when is important to go with the 4 clones or the 3 clones or the 2 clones, and etc., etc. But that is going to do it, guys, I think, for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about it at the end. How are you enjoying the Ghost E-Drag? What do you think the Ghost E-Drag is going to be like post-update with the tornado trap and such? and the third Inferno. But that's going to do it, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Until next time, this is Sam. Peace out, guys.